Welcome to By the Numbers, where with the help of my AI assistant Fanda, we'll hunt down the data on all your favorite fictional worlds until it self-destructs right in our beautiful faces.
We've got to get moving, Spencer. I've been disavowed by my agency for the 9th time.
In today's installment, we'll be taking a look at the Mission Impossible franchise. 6 films that follow Ethan Hunt, a super spy with impressive core strength played by Tom Cruise. They've grossed a massive $3.57 billion worldwide and have a very respectable 69.6 average on Metacritic. Nice. There are some trends across the MI films that we believe are worthy of further investigation. First, we'll take a look at the missions themselves. Then we'll examine Ethan Hunt's affinity for going rogue. After that, Fanda will analyze the lives saved and lost across all of these adventures. Finally, we'll toss in some fun categories that cover the other franchise trends we noticed while pulling all that data. Side note, after watching this, check out our Tom Cruise action stats by the numbers episode, where we tracked his running, hanging, and average height across his entire filmography. We won't be reusing any of that Cruise data here, but it's there if you're curious. Now, for the missions category, here's what I want to know. Ticking clocks, like time talk and last-second rescues. Mentions of MacGuffins, like the rabbit's foot or the knock list or whatever made-up thing they're searching for. How many times Ethan Hunt has been saved. The number of masks and disguises they've used. And how many countries they've been to. Fanda, the data, please.
The data will be constructed in
5, 4, 3,
2,
1, now!
Going into the episode, we didn't think about including a stat for how many times characters mention time, but wow, there are so many instances of them saying, "There's no time," or "You only have 5 minutes left."
You only have 5 seconds left. Do you realize that?
Throughout the 6 films, a shot of a countdown clock or the words second, minute, hour, and time are mentioned or seen 226 times. It gets extreme in Mission Impossible Fallout. There are 63 time reminders or shots of countdown clocks. That averages out to 1 reminder every 2.3 minutes.
Ethan, the countdown has started. We have 15 minutes.
Speaking of time, every second matters because in Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout, 3 bombs are disarmed with only a second or a fraction of a second left. In Rogue Nation, Solomon Lane disarms a bomb with 0.19 seconds left. It's insane. Also, the Mission Impossible movies really want you to remember the name of the MacGuffins, which are incredibly important objects that all the characters are chasing after. Stuff like Knock List or Chimera are mentioned 149 times. The most impressive bit of MacGuffin mentioning is in Mission Impossible 3, when Philip Seymour Hoffman says rabbit's foot 3 times in the first minute.
The rabbit's foot. Where is it? Where's the rabbit's foot? You're gonna tell me where the rabbit's foot is.
Their 6 central missions and 22 sub-missions have taken them to 16 countries, where Hunt and company have worn 15 total masks, and they've attended 7 swanky parties or concerts. Also, Ethan has been saved from certain death and actual death 5 times by his female counterparts. Now that we've got the mission data out of the way, I want to know how often the IMF crew has been forced to go rogue. It's crazy that every agency in the world keeps trying to arrest Ethan and his IMF crew after they've stopped the knock list from being released, halted a plague dead in its tracks, prevented nuclear war on multiple occasions, but those suits in Washington just don't know what's good for them, do they?
I'm afraid today is the day when the IMF's luck runs out.
Here's the data I'd love to see. How many times has Ethan and his crew gone rogue or been disavowed, and what percentage across all the films have they been on the run? Also, how many IMF and CIA employees have turned out to be deadly villains who forced Ethan to go on the lam? Fanda, the numbers please.
scanning. Scanning.
Here's the data. Ethan and the IMF crew have gone rogue or been disavowed 5 times in 6 films. The only time Ethan Hunt hasn't been disavowed is in Mission Impossible 2, probably because Anthony Hopkins seems like a cool boss. Very chill.
This is not mission difficult, Mr. Hunt, it's mission impossible.
Throughout the 12 hours and 51-minute running time of the franchise, Ethan Hunt spends 6 hours and 44 minutes on the run. This means that Hunt is being hunted by his own government and every other government for 52% of the entire franchise. Poor guy. Hunt being hunted kind of makes sense, because the IMF is a horribly run place in need of a good HR department. 4 IMF agents become corrupt. Jim Phelps, Claire Phelps, Sean Ambrose, and John Musgrave all broke bad. Toss in Solomon Lane, an MI6 agent turned evil, and August Walker, a CIA hitman who flips sides, and there's pretty much no one who can be trusted in the Mission Impossible world. It's no wonder Hunt keeps going rogue.
I can no longer protect you, don't you understand that?
Next up, it's Fallout time. What are some fun overall stats of the franchise? How many lives have Ethan and the IMF saved? How many good guy agents have died? And what's the overall kill count? Fanda, you pull the numbers please?
Scanning. Scanning. Displaying results.
Let's see here. Ethan Hunt and his crew have saved billions of lives. Based on best guess estimates, they prevented around 900 undercover agents from being discovered, stopped a chimera pandemic which would have, at minimum, killed millions in Australia, even with the antidote. They deactivated several nuclear missiles that would have flattened San Francisco and poisoned the freshwater supply for billions of people in China, India, and Pakistan. The crew also hijacked nerve gas from the syndicate, secured the Rabbit's Foot.
Rabbit's Foot. What is it?
And stopped a bomb from exploding near a busy London restaurant. So yeah, Ethan and his team have saved billions of lives. During this process, 13 good and bad IMF or CIA agents with names are killed, and at least 230 people are killed throughout the franchise, with the largest casualties happening in MI2 when a plane crashes into some mountains, and in Ghost Protocol when the Kremlin blows up. In the 6 films, Ethan kills a total of 70 people himself, which seems like a lot, and it is, but it's only 56% of John Wick's kill count in John Wick Chapter 2, so watch that episode too! Hey Fanda, while you were scanning, did you notice anything else interesting?
Luther Stickell is the series' most familiar face aside from Ethan Hunt. He appears in all 6 films, and he loves hacking in vans. He holds the record for most man-in-the-van moments, with 4 van scenes total. Benji comes in second with 2 man-in-the-van moments, but he leads all cast members with 2 separate hacking scenes inside of a closet. Overall, there are 17 total moments involving characters hacking alone in a van, closet, room, field, sewer, or elevator shaft. R.I.P. Emilio. The Fast and Furious movies may love butt shots, but the MI films love a classy leg shot. Since MI3, you can expect some opera leg, or swanky club leg, or Lamborghini leg. Mission Impossible Fallout is the most Mission Impossible of all the Mission Impossible films. It features masks, foot chases, car chases, motorcycle chases, helicopter chases, people looking cool on boats, fake scenarios to trick people, countdown clocks, double crosses, and a very clean bathroom. 21 floppy disks or USBs are inserted into a computer or server. Tom Cruise's hair has been through quite an evolution since 1996. Here's an examination how each hairstyle looks while he's running. This is very scientific. I calculated wind speed, running trajectory and bounce. The fastest vehicle that Hunt holds onto in the franchise is the TGV bullet train in Mission Impossible. The bullet train is moving along at 200 miles per hour. That is faster than the estimated takeoff speed of the Airbus A400 in Rogue Nation.
Thank you again, Fanda. Let us know what you want to see tracked next in the comments below, and remember, this video will self-destruct if you put explosive chewing gum on your screen. Thanks for watching.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.